This is KE8VZA here. Well, we have a NetLogger window open for the upcoming BeaconNet pre-show in a little less than 5 minutes. Just want to make you aware of that. And if anybody would like to get an early check-in before the pre-show starts, early check-in, I can take a few. We have a few minutes. KE8VZA.
K8VZA. Eric, this is WV3K. How are you doing?
WV3K, KE8VZA. Pretty good there, Phil. How are you?
Well, take care of the oldest kitty. He's what, 6 years old. Got some problems, and I'm staying on cue with him for today. He's looking like he needs to go in and get seen. So I'm going to try to do that early in the morning. But hopefully I can hold him out through the evening. So that's where I'm at, busy with him, and looking forward to trying to get in on the net tonight. It's been a while since I've been on. Been extremely busy with a lot of things going on here at the home front. And then we got the wife's car, my car. We got other things to work on, maintenance schedules to meet. Had the kids for a while, and they came up from Georgia. I was so happy to see my grandkids, two children. They were just awesome. So funny. So very funny. Back to you, Eric, and looking forward to the net. And I hope things are going well on your end.
All right, Phil. Well, hey, glad your kids and grandkids came up for a visit. That sounds fun. And sorry to hear about the kitty. Hopefully everything will work out fine with a vet visit and hopefully some good medical treatment there. Were you going to be in and out tonight, or are you going to stick around?
Eric, I'm going to stick around. I'll go ahead and try to tie in with you tonight. I'm a little anxious because of the little one, but other than that, I'm looking forward to joining the group. So I'll be you can go ahead and check me in. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, back to K8. K8VZA, WV3K.
Okay, Phil, no problem. I have you on the log right now. Good to hear you. Glad you're sticking around. And we'll clear with WV3K. I'm KE8VZA. We have less than 2 minutes now. We're almost down to a minute. And we'll take some check-ins once the pre-net gets rolling here in a little less, or yeah, a little over a minute.
BDB in and out. Gotta go.
KE8VZA here. I'm sorry, I think I doubled with the last station who was in and out. If you could come back with your call sign, please.
Kilo Bravo 5, Echo Delta Bravo, EDB.
Very good. Copy Kilo Bravo 5, Echo Delta Bravo. David, got you on the log, in and out. Thanks for checking in. All the way from Texas down there, 7-3. All right, we have about 15 seconds. I ask everybody, please stand by for our lovely announcer, and we'll get the pre-show rolling. KE8VZA.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
QST, QST, QST. This is Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha. My KE8VZA. My personal is Eric Echo Romeo India Charlie. And this is the BeaconNet pre-show. We meet here every Sunday night and Wednesday nights. The net is at 10. We do the pre-show with early check-ins at 9:30. Both times are Eastern. And we are on the W8WKY repeater with the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. Repeater is in Doylestown, Ohio, and the frequency is 147 Mark 390 with positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. You can get to us also on Allstar Node number 48496 or Echolink. Look for W8WKY-R. This is a controlled pre-net. I ask that all traffic pass through net control, yours truly. And urgent or emergency traffic, please break in at any time. At this point, I'll take a break for any urgent or emergency traffic. Please call now. Hearing nothing, we'll go ahead and check in with our net control team here. Make sure everybody's dialed in and sounding good. First up is KE8QKO. He said he might not be here right at roll call, but we'll give him a call anyway. Nick at Nite, KE8QKO. Are you out there yet? All right, have no fear. He will be here at 10 o'clock. So we'll clear with KE8QKO, and I am KE8VZA again. And this show, let's go down to our next team member, KD8EPC Dustin. I saw you in the blue screen there. How you doing tonight? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KE8VZA and the BeaconNet pre-show. Good evening, Eric. Good to hear you out there, my friend. I'll tell you what, this is just a drive-by for me, man. I'm beat. It's been a long day, a long week, and I'm ready for some sleep. So, 73, have a great net, guys, and my answers are double D's, as always. We'll catch you there down the log, Eric. Have a great rest of the net. KD8EPC, back to pre-net control.
All right, Dustin. Well, hey, enjoy your well-earned rest, and got you down for double D's for the trivia, and good to hear you. And 7-3. We'll clear with KD8EPC. Let's go down and see if Just Nick is around. KD8SLG. How you doing out there, Just Nick? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Hey, Eric. Good to hear you, man. And yeah, I'll be here. Taking care of some domestic duties and things to do here and things to do there, but I'll be around at the end of the night, you know that. So, yes, I'll be sticking around. KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right, Just Nick, very good. Good to hear you. And good luck with the domestic duties there. We got you on the log. We'll clear with KD8SLG. Let's go down and see if Josh is out there. W8HRF. Are you out there, Josh? And how you doing? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, W8HRF. Good evening, Eric, and everybody on the BeaconNet. I'm doing well. Eric, hope you're doing well as well. I'm going to stick around. I'm out in the garage. What did I just do? Put a fuel pump back in this gas tank. So we're down to one car again, so I'm trying to get us back to business. We're almost there. So I'll be sticking around. KE8VZA, W8HRF.
Yes, the old fuel pump change. Gone are the days when the fuel pump used to be on the passenger side front of the block, of the engine block. Fairly easy to get to. Not anymore. Anyway, I feel your pain, man. Good luck. And got you on the log here. We'll clear W8HRF, and let's go down and see if Lucy's out there. KE8YUK. Are you out there, Lucy? How are you? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KEAVZA, KE8YUK. Hi, everybody. Long time no hear. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tentatively say sticking around, but I might go to bed when Will goes to bed because he has been so hit and miss, and our weekend has been so crazy. If I can get sleep, I might take the sleep. So I'd say give a shout out, and if I'm not here, Josh will probably cover for me and let you know where I'm at. So that's what I'm going to go with, but have a good night in case I don't make it through. And we'll catch you on Wednesday. KE8YUK to KE8VZA.
Okay, Lucy, no worries. We got you on the log, and if you're there, you're there. If you're not, I think we know what happened. Anyway, good to hear you, Lucy. Hope everybody's doing well there. And we'll clear with KE8YUK for now. Let's go down to KI5DAY. Alan, are you out there yet? Did you, Larry, have a good weekend? And do we have an alt trivia question when it's time?
W8WKY.
Wow, that's a lot of questions. Herman would say, I know you asked. I don't know, you asked me a lot of questions. I'm not sure I remember them all, but Larry's fine. He had a pretty good weekend overall. No more trauma from the neighbors coming to the window that did freak him out last time. But all is good, man. I got some alt trivia ready to go and some pancakes. No, I don't have pancakes, but I do have alt trivia. Anyway, if you've never heard it, this is the Aztec death whistle. So annoying sound. It's completely wrong. That thing is one at work, and he blows it every now and then. It's the most horrid sound on the planet. But yeah, it's something that the Aztecs used to use to scare their enemies. KI5, I'm back net.
All right, Alan. I guess I was ripping off those questions rapid fire there, wasn't I? Well, good to hear you tonight. Good to hear Larry out there. And that Aztec whistle, man, that's freaky. Holy cow. Just to let you know, your transmission was dropping a little bit. I was able to piece together everything you said. I'd say about a 95% copy. Just a little clipping here and there. Not sure what's going on there. But anyway, just to let you know, I'm KEAVZA. We'll clear with KI5DAY. That's the end of our net control team here. Everyone's accounted for. And just to remind you, this is, I am again the KE8VZA on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, which is a little bit west of Akron, a little bit south of Cleveland. If you're familiar with Northeast Ohio geography, that's where we are. We have a few repeaters linked in, one for sure, maybe two here in Ohio, and Oklahoma, and Texas, and the magic of Allstar. So keep that in mind when you are transmitting. Hold your PTT down for a second or so before you start talking, and leave it down for another second or so after you stop talking, and that way we can hear everything you say. And we need to have a little pause in between each transmission to let the repeaters all reset and be happy and keep talking to each other. Anyway, let me take a break for time, and we'll take some more check-ins. KE8VZA returning. Okay, let me read off who I have so far. KF8G, Brian. KE8QFT, Fred. K5CFY, Ray. AB8MO, Andy. KE8ZRY, Jeremy. KA8MNT, Tom. WV3K, Phil. KI5TAQ, Taco Tim. KB5EDB, David from Texas, who checked in and out, 73 David. KJ5HIJ, Joseph, we got you from the blue screen there. That's who I have thus far. So let's go ahead and take some more check-ins, and then I'll work the list. So please give me your call sign phonetically, alphabetically, with your name and location, and we'll get you on the log. This is KE8VZA, and I'm listening.
November Tango 8 Delta NT8D. Dave and Copley, I'm going to check in and out with you and listen, Eric.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Romeo, KE8 ZZR, Harry and Wadsworth.
November 8, Yankee Monkey, and 8 Y John Waynesburg. We're going to be in and out monitoring for a while. 7-3.
Okay, Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha returning. AMNT, sorry, typing here, gotcha. KA8MNT, if you're listening on RF, I got you in and out as you requested in the blue screen. And 7-3 to you. Always good to have you check in, Tom. And I'm sure we'll hear you in the morning on the blue screen. So let me read off who we had in that round. We had NT8D, Dave, who checked in and out. Thanks, Dave. 7-3. I'm pretty sure we'll hear you tomorrow on the barometer net as well. KE8ZZR, Harry, got you on the log. And N8YMY, John, over in Waynesburg, checked in and out. Thanks, John, and 7-3. Any other check-ins before we work the rest of the list?
Alpha Foxtrot 5 to Leo Bravo, Manitoba, it's your time.
Whiskey Delta 8, Lima Alpha,
Victor. Good evening, Eric. KC8FQV.
KF8, ELA, Kilo, Foxtrot 8, Echo Lima Alpha, Zach in Dalton, and I'll be in and out. I've got a big day in the morning, so I'm going to keep it quick tonight.
All right, very good. We got a few more there. Picked up AF5JB, Matt in Tulsa, short time. We'll get right back to you, Matt, in a minute. KC8FQV, Mark, got you on the log there. WD8LLA, Neil, I heard you in there, got you on the log. KF8ELA, Zach, got you on the log, in and out. 7-3, thanks for checking in. All right, let's go up and work the list. Starting up from the top, KF8G, Brian. How you doing tonight, Brian? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Yep, I'll be here with an announcement. That'll be fun for everybody. And with that, I'll turn it back to Ned, KF8G.
All right, Brian, very good. Got you on the log, sticking around. We look forward to the announcement. We'll clear with KF8G. Let's go down to KE8QFT. Fred, how you doing tonight? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Yes, I will hang around for the big show, and I hope everyone had a good weekend, and moving right along, back to net control. I forgot what I was going to say.
All right, Fred, well, maybe you'll remember in a minute. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KE8QFT. Let's go to K5CFY. Ray, how you doing tonight, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha. I went brain dead there for a minute, Eric. Good to have you on there as the pre-net announcer there, and wave a hand at the person doing the net logging there is doing a wonderful job there. So, yes, I'm planning on staying around. So, have a great net. K5 CFY.
All right, Ray. Well, thanks for the compliment. And yeah, I searched high and low for a guy who's pretty competent at NetLogger, and he's doing well for me. Anyway, thanks a lot, Ray. Got you on the log. We'll clear with K5 CFY. Let's go down to Andy, AB8MO. How you doing tonight, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KZA from AB8MO. Yeah, I'll stick around at least through my turn. We've got quite a large 2-meter band opening to the east right now. It's not translating into towards Doylestown, but I'm hearing into Pennsylvania very strongly tonight. Back she comes, AB8MO.
W8WKY.
All right, Andy, got you on the log. Yeah, there's some interesting things going on because my S meter for the Doylestown repeater started off at a plus 20, and now it's down to an S9, which is usually what I get. But it's so interesting that it just came down all at once from plus 20 to 9. Anyway, good to hear you, Andy. Got you on the log. We'll clear with AB8MO. I'm KE8BZA with the BeaconNet pre-show. Let's check in with Jeremy, KE8ZRY. How you doing tonight, Jeremy? And are you going to stick around for the big show? KE8ZRY. This is KE8BZA with the BeaconNet pre-show. You going to stick around tonight for the main net, Jeremy? All right. I'm sure he just stepped away to get a cold drink or something, and he's still in the blue screen. So we'll circle back and check with Jeremy in a minute. Let's go down to, let's see, next was Tom, KA8MNT, who checked in and out, 73 Tom. WB3K Philip already told me he's sticking around, so I'm going to go ahead and go down to KI5TAQ Taco Tim. How you doing tonight, Tim? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Good evening there, Eric. This is KI5TAQ. Yes, I am sticking around. So I'll send it back and let you get on down. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, very good. Next up is KJ5HIJ Joseph down in Texas. How you doing tonight? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
You'll have to come back around to me. I'm a little busy on something. It's KJ5HIJ.
All right, no worries, Joseph. We'll keep you on the log here and pick you up in the main round. We'll clear with KJ5HIJ. Next was NT8D, Dave, who checked in and out, 73 Dave. And now we're down to Harry, KE8ZZR. How you doing, Harry? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Hey, good evening, Eric. This is KE8ZZR, and yes, I will be sticking around for the big show.
Okay, Harry, good to hear you tonight. Got you on the log. We'll go over KE8ZZR. N8YMY John was in and out tonight. 73 John, thanks for checking in. That brings us down to Matt, AF5JB, down in Tulsa. How you doing tonight, Matt? Do you have a couple of comments for the net before we roll forward? Go ahead.
Yeah, I do. Well, first of all, getting hit by all the net and everything. Hope everybody's staying cool out there. And have a good weekend. Of course, went out of town and saw one of my friends. The other one was working, but I saw one of them at least. Got back and told us about 1 or 1:15 or so, and then this morning, and then I went to the main event and played the Woods Lost Pac-Man and supercars. Got done with that, went home and had me some pizza and beer and played Miss Pac-Man, Outrun, and some Capcom bowling. And then watched TV for a little bit, and then I'm on bed my Saturday night, and then saw another friend of mine today here in town, and then otherwise took it easy. And also want to pass along too some unfortunate news. KB5 DVD became a silent key on Friday. The age 72. So I want to pass that along, and then another also I'm pretty bummed out about the passing of Ozzy Osbourne. He's one of my favorite singers, so pretty unfortunate there. Of course, Hulk Hogan and all them guys, but other than that, I say I'm doing all right, and get it for a whole new week, and it's pretty cloudy. Currently, it's 91 degrees here in Tulsa, so it's still pretty hot. But that's all I got. You guys have just a week out there. Just have me on, and get free, and until next time. This is Matt. AFIJB. He told us about the naked show. Thanks again. Good to hear, everybody.
Transmit over time.
KEAVZA returning. All right, Matt. Well, sounds like you had a good weekend. Sorry to hear about the silent key down in your area. I'm sure he'll be missed. And yeah, passing of Ozzy Osbourne was sad as well. So good to hear you tonight. And you mentioned bowling. I haven't been bowling in a while. I think I'm going to have to do some bowling in the near future. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Matt. 7-3 to you. And good to hear you. We'll clear with AFIJB. Let's go down to Mark, KC8FQV. How you doing tonight, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
All right, I think you were calling KCFQV. Let me. Everything's going good here. Here we go. All kinds of things happening. Well, I brought up the 44903 to see what was happening. Yeah, 2 meter was really interesting tonight when we were running the traffic net at 9. Yeah, there was a repeater. They said it was coming up from Indiana, and one from southern Ohio on the same frequency as the Newberry. And who knows if the Pittsburgh one was doing anything. But everything else is going good here. Someday I'm going to stop down at the car repair shop, where I bought it, and say, hey, is there anything we can do? And see what they say. You know, because if the car sits for a week or so and it don't run, it says we cannot do a remote start for you. So I've been thinking about I would want to put a trickle charger on that thing and just plug it in and leave it be plugged in whenever I'm not running it. But we'll send it back your way, Eric, KCFQV.
All right, Mark, got you on the log here. Yeah, I hope they can figure that out for you. That sounds interesting about the car and sitting for a while. Anyway, good to hear you tonight. We're clear with KC8FQV. This is KE8VZA with the BeaconNet pre-show. Let's go down to Neil over in Brewster, WD8LLA. How you doing tonight, Neil? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
W8WKY.
KD8EJA, this is Whiskey Delta 8 Lima Alpha. I don't think I'm going to stick around. I'm sliding towards the bed here. I just wanted to say hi to everybody that checked in tonight. I heard Ray and Miss Nancy out west and Dave up there on the lake. And good evening to you, Eric, and thanks for running the net. We've been down at the lake for a week, and I'm pretty exhausted, so I'm going to head for the shed. So thanks for running the net, and back to you. 73, everybody, WD8LLA, back to net control.
Very good, Neil. Good to hear you tonight. And as you're sliding your way over to the bed, make sure you land on top of the bed. I know that's always challenging for me, but give it your best shot. Good to hear you tonight, Neil. And 7-3, and hope you have a good, well-earned rest there. And we'll clear with WD8LLA. I'm KE8VZA. Next on the list is KF8ELA, Zach, who checked in and out. So 7-3, Zach, if you're still listening. And that brings me to the bottom of the list. We have 2 minutes plus to take a few more check-ins if you'd like to get on the log for the BeaconNet pre-show. I am KE8VZA, and I'm listening. Give me a call.
KJ5 SDJ, Steve Scooter from Louisiana, checking in on this all net on Echo. Back to you, net control.
Kilo Juliet 5 Juliet Oscar Mike KJ5 JOM Bob in North Texas, in and out.
KF8 EDE Kilo Foxtrot 8 Echo Delta Echo at Intelmage, in and out.
All right, let me pick it up there. The first station, I think your name was Steve, KJ5, and then I heard SGJ or SEJ. If you could come back with your call sign phonetically, I'd greatly appreciate it.
That is going to be Kilo Juliet 5 Sierra Delta Juliet Steven from Louisiana.
All right, very good, Steve. Got it that time. Kilo Juliet 5 Sierra Delta Juliet. And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
I'm going to stick around for a little while. Yeah, I'll stick around for a little while, much as I can anyway. I'm in between helping the wife and Just hanging out.
All right, Steve, no worries. We'll keep you on the log here. We're going to do a couple trivia questions tonight, and in a couple minutes we'll get the main net started. So got you on the log. We'll clear with KJ5 SDJ. And next for two in and outs, we had KJ5 JOM Robert, or Bob, down in Texas, thanks, and 7-3. And KF8EDE Pat over in Talmadge, thanks for checking in, Pat. And that brings us to the end of the list and the end of the pre-show. So let's go ahead and call on our net control operator, KE8QKO. This is KE8VZA. Are you ready to go there, Nick, at Nite?
KE8VZA, K8QKO. Yes, sir, I'm ready to go. How am I sounding for you?
Debrief. KE8QKO, KE8VZA, you're sounding pretty good there. I think there's some other propagation underneath of us, but I don't think we need to worry about it. KE8VZA, over to you, Nick.
Copy that, sir. Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the BeaconNet. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar. Control for the evening. The BeaconNet meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here in the W8WKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net. All traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, Fireside Network, and various other repeaters, and we ask you to keep for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Any stations that would like to check into the BeaconNet that did not already check into the pre-show, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Net control. Please check in. Kilo India 5, Romeo, Foxtrot, India, Mac in Arkansas.
All right, we got KI5, RFI Mac checked in there, added on to the net, added on to the net, and that's great. So it sounds like Eric did a pretty good job on the pre-show. Let's go get to our trivia questions. We'll go up and talk to you, KE8VZA, Eric, to get our primary question. Eric, take it away.
All right there, thanks, Nick at Nite. This is KE8VZA here returning with the main trivia question. What year, you know I like these historical questions, what year were the 6-meter and 2-meter bands authorized for amateur use in the U.S.? Your options are Alpha, 1939, Bravo, 1945, Charlie, 1948, or Delta, 1950. Let me take a break for time and I'll read it again. KE8VZA returning with main trivia. What year were the 6-meter and 2-meter bands authorized for amateur use in the U.S.? Choices are Alpha, 1939, Bravo, 1945, Charlie, 1948, or Delta, 1950. I'll put this in the blue screen in a minute. KE8VZA, back over to you, Nick.
All right, well, thank you, Eric, for another fine trivia question. And next, we're going to go up and talk to you, KI5DAY. There, Alan, I crinkled some paper next to the microphone so you can get the static you seem to be missing. And let's get the alternate trivia. So, Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY. Hey, Nick, yeah, man, your signal sounds better than I've ever heard it tonight. I don't know if you changed something or not, but sounds good, so leave it just like it is. Hi, hi. All right, tonight's alternate trivia. Oh, my goodness. In 2008, there was an inventor by the name Fred Bauer. He passed away in 2008. Yeah, Fred Bauer, 2008, an inventor. He passed away. In the 1960s, Fred invented the very item that he wanted to be buried in, and his family granted his request. What was dear old Fred buried in? Was it A, Pringles can, B, wrapped up in bubble wrap, C, an empty bottle of his world-famous bourbon that he had drank, or D, his secret Cornwaldo Bean family flapjack mix that was commissioned by none other than Colonel Cornwaldo Bean himself. KI5DAY. I'll put this at the blue screen. Back to net.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. That's an interesting one. I'll have to think on that one. Okay, we got our trivia questions, right? Let's go talk to everybody that checked into our net. We're going to start with KF8G. Mark, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Sorry, that was Brian, not Mark.
Yeah, you have me kind of curious there. Let me switch hands here. All right, we're announcing, Dell and I, N8OFP, the Carol Miller N8SIN Fox Hunt. This Fox Hunt is in memory of Carol N8SIN, who absolutely loved fox hunting. Carol and Gary hosted a number of Sarah Fox hunts and also hunted on mini hunts. All hunters should meet at Bueller's parking lot by 10 a.m. Saturday, August 9th. And that location is 175 Great Oaks Trail, Wadsworth, Ohio. You will check in with the coordinator for the frequency of the fox, have your current mileage recorded, and receive the do not open unless you give up packet. The box will be on the air at 10:30. Please note, this will be a multi-stage fox hunt. You will need to find all stages in order to have your mileage in counted. This is not a timed event. It is strictly a mileage event. This is one of Carol's evil hides from back in the day, and it should be a lot of fun. I did find this one. It was a number of years ago, but it was a lot of fun. So put that on your calendar. And with that, I'll turn it back to the net. Hopefully, I sent the information to Gary, AE8CS, and hopefully he'll publish this very soon. Back to net, KF8G.
All right, well, thank you, Brian. Thanks for organizing the Fox Hunt. Hey, did we happen to catch your trivia answers?
Um, 42. KF8G.
All right, 42 it is. Next we go down and talk to KE8QFT, Uncle Fred. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, I got on the list too early. I didn't get to hear anyone else's answers. So, I'm just going to say B for both of them. Oh, what a day I had today. I went bowling, then I went to Bluegrass in Country this evening, the jam we go to once a month, my bowling group. Yeah, it's just a bunch of guys up there picking and grinning, and a bunch of old guys. They're pretty good, and they just, they're jamming. They just, whatever pops up into their mind, they play, and whatever request. Pretty cool. Tomorrow's Veterans Day at the Medina County Fair. If you're a veteran, you get in free all day, and there's free food at the pavilion at noon. And I try not to miss it because if I get the free food, then I got a couple dollars left over. I could probably buy like some French fries or something. And also, the following day, Tuesday, is Senior Day. If any of you are old enough, you get into the fair free on Senior Day, but there's no free meals. Oh, that's about all I have for now. Oh, the Guardians, a loser today. KE8 QFT Sports, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Fred. Got your answers down there for Bravo and Bravo. Yeah, it sounds like you can have some fun at the fair this week. So, good deal. Next, we're going to talk to K5CFY Ray. How you doing, Ray? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
QKO in the net, K5CFY. Good evening there, Mr. Nick at Night. Doing a great job there. Appreciate you doing the net. I'm going to go with Charlie and Bravo. So, Charlie and Bravo, back to you there, net, K5CFY.
All right, thank you, Ray. Got you down for Charlie and Bravo. Next, we're going to talk to, before I go down to the next station, this is K8QKO on the WEWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, going through our Beacon Net check-ins. And our next station to talk to is AB8MO Andy. How you doing, Andy? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KEAQKO from AB8MO. Not a whole lot. Just stayed on the cool side of the door most of the day. Went to church this morning and then came home, and that was about it. Took a little nap. So, watched some TV, did a little FT8, talked on the local repeater for a little bit, and that was about it. Alrighty, getting to more important matters here. What was a 2-meter and 6-meter band authorized for, amateur radio use. I thought it was repeater use. Okay, well, that changes things a little bit. I'll just say, let's see here, I'll say 1948. Yeah, I think I'm still going to go with 1948. So we'll do with that. And bubble wrap sounds plausible for Alan's question, so I guess that would be CB, which should be the same registration as what Ray just entered. So anyway, 2 meters is pretty open tonight, as I was mentioning. I did hear the mountaintop repeater over in Pennsylvania on 015 blasted in here about an hour ago. At times it was hitting S9, so I'm sure we were hitting them probably just as hard too. So they were complaining, probably complaining about our repeater just like we were complaining about them. But that's what happens in the summertime when the band opens. Just grin and bear it, folks. No sense complaining about the band opening. I kind of find band openings fun because they're not an everyday occurrence, at least not around here. So anyway, that's all I got from the land of snow and maple syrup, where it's just plain muggy. KEAQKO, this is AB8MO.
All right, thank you, Andy. We got your answers down there for Charlie and Bravo. Sounds like you had some pretty fun time on the radio. And our next station we're going to talk to is KE8ZRI, Jeremy. How you doing, Jeremy? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO. This is KE8ZRY. Good evening to you, Nick, and everybody else on the VeekanNet. Not much going on tonight. Just relaxing. Had a pretty good weekend. Other than had to take the little one to the ER last night. Don't know how, but she stepped on a piece of glass that was from a broken glass that unfortunately didn't get cleaned up. But she's doing better today. Doing all right. Hate when the little ones get hurt or sick. But all in all, it was a fairly good weekend. See, trivia, I am going to go with 1945B, and for alternate, we'll go to Pringles can. I like Pringles, and why not? So with that, I'll pass it back over to Net Control. This is KE8ZRY, saying 73.
All right, Jeremy. We have you down for, I think, Bravo and the Pringles can, I think, was Alpha. I have to scroll up here and look and double check. Yeah, Bravo and Alpha. So thanks for checking in there, Jeremy. It's good to hear you. Our next station here is in and out. That's K8MNT, and that takes us down to WV3K Phil. How you doing, sir? Haven't heard from you in a while. And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
KQO, WV3K. Hello, Nick. It's good to hear your voice also. Yeah, it's been a while. Been very busy here on the home front. And we got a sick kitty right now, and I'm kind of wanting to keep more of an eye on him. And it'll be the second time that we've been going through this. The last time you take your quad pod over to the vet, and you got a $2,000 bill. But critical events can get real expensive. He's, about 6 years old, something like that, I think, and get attached to him. And so anyway, I for the most part, trying to go between high humidity and dew points and trying to find a time in through the day, trying to go take a walk and stuff is a little difficult in the advent of respiratory illness. So I have to be very careful when I'm outside, especially too with the heat from the sun. So I'm guarding against that. I get skin conditions from the service that don't allow me to enjoy being out of doors a lot, especially when the sun the UVB rays are punching hard, and we don't have that much protection much anymore from our atmosphere. So I'm just taking it day by day and making the best of it. So I hope everyone is doing well. And for those that may be ill or sick, I hope that they're on a note of progress of getting better and convalescence. So anyway, my best to all, and sending many blessings and love from us to you all, and have a great night. Go for Bravo on the first question. I don't remember the other question. Net Control, this is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Back to Net Control.
All right, Phil. Well, thank you for checking in. Sorry about your four-legged friend. I hope he ends up being okay and everything. And you're right. It was a hot one today. It was a double shower day for me. It was muggy, and yeah, I understand the challenge of going out to do stuff. I didn't want to be outside at all, but I had to. We came back from a camping trip, so had to unpack everything, and yeah, that's how it goes. But I'm glad it sounds like you're doing pretty well. It's good to hear that. And thanks for checking in. And this is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147, Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114, Mark 8. Going through our list of check-ins for the BeaconNet. And our next one we're going to talk to is KI5TAQ, Taco Tim from Bothang, Oklahoma. How you doing, Tim? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Well, good evening there. It's Nick at Night. This is KI5TAQ. Let me get the trivia out of the way. I'm going to go for the main trivia, Charlie. And for Alan's question, Alpha. And we'll just leave it right there. All I could say right now is that we're just going to be taking things one day at a time, get through the heat as much as we can, and yeah, be ready for fall to come around. I like to have it come quicker. But anyways, with that said, I'll send it back to Net. This is KI5TAQ.
All right. Well, thank you, Tim. We got you down for Charlie and Alpha. So thanks for checking in there, Tim. Yep. I know you guys are hotter down there than we are here, so yeah, I'm trying to do the best with it. Our next station was in and out. That's KB5EDB. And that takes us down to KJ5HIJ Joseph. Or Joseph, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the beacon out tonight? Kilo Juliet 5, Hotel India Juliet. Are you out there, and do you have comments for the beacon net? Well, perhaps Joseph had to step away, or maybe, isn't able to get back to us, but he's always welcome to recheck with us. The next station we have is, after that, is in and out. That's NT8D. And that's going to take us down to KE8ZZR Harry. How you doing, Harry? What do you have for the beacon out tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KE8ZZR. Good evening, Nick, and everybody else that's on the net. Let me get the trivia questions out of the way before I forget. So, main trivia question, I'm going to go B as in boy, and then the alternate, I'll go A as in alpha. So, that's my answer, and I'm going to stick to it. Anyways, I was on the cool side of the door today, stayed in the camper, decided to replace the smart sink in our camper, the kitchen sink. They call it a smart sink, and I made it a dumb sink today. Replaced the kitchen faucet with a normal faucet, because the faucet that came with the kitchen sink is one of those faucets you can have hot, cold, or vegetable washing. And my wife didn't like the control for the hot water because it was either all or nothing on hot water. You couldn't adjust the temperature. So we took the faucet out, took the sink out, took the faucet out, replaced it, ran the air, and stayed cool in there. So that's my day. I'll turn it back to you, Nick. This is KE8ZZR Clear.
All right. Well, thank you, Harry. Sounds like you had a pretty nice, cool day. Good to hear it. We got your answer down there for Bravo and Alpha. Our next two stations are in and out. That is N8YMY and AF5JB, which takes us down to KC8FQB. Mark, how you doing, Mark? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight? Kilo Charlie 8, Foxtrot, Quebec Victor. Mark, are you out there, and do you have comments for the beacon net?
anyway, yeah. 1946 on the 2-meter deal. The other one, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't read the thing yet. And someone's playing hanky-panky out there. Get rid of fireside. Get rid of fireside. When you were calling me, it dumped me. I don't know why. KSFQV, back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right, thanks, Bart. Thanks for checking in there. Next two stations we have are in and out. That's WD8LLA and KF8ELA, and that's going to take us down to KJ5 SDJ. Steve, how you doing, Steve? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Kilo Juliet 5, Sierra Delta Juliet. Steve, are you out there? And do you have comments for the Beacon Net? All right, nothing heard from Steve. Perhaps he had to step away. Next two stations we have are in and out. That's KJ5JOM and KF8EDE. And that's going to take us down to KI5RFI Mac. How you doing, Mac? And what's life in Arkansas? Or how's life in Arkansas right now?
KI5RFI here. Good evening, everybody on the net. Well, it was a beautiful, hot day here in the Ozarks. Stayed on the cool side of the door most of the day. It's just too hot outside to do much anything. My trivia questions, I'm going to go with Charlie and Bravo. That sounds like the right answers to me. I don't know. Back to net control, KI5RFI.
All right, Mac. Well, stay cool. Stay cool. We got your answers down for Charlie and Bravo, and thanks for checking in there. Next station we have is KA8LYJ. Bob. How you doing, Bob? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hey, good evening, and good evening to the net. This is KA8LYJ. Yeah, not much. It's stinking hot, and it's going to be stinking hotter tomorrow and Tuesday. And I got to go out to an appointment at 2 o'clock tomorrow, which is going to be when it's about its hottest. I'm not looking forward to that. Caught church online today because I was up all night with a stomach thing, but it had eased up enough to be able to do the regular Sunday night game night. It just broke up right before the trivia questions were asked, so here I am. For main trivia, I'm going Charlie, and for the alternate, Alpha. And with that, I'll give it back to you. This is KA8LYJ.
All right. Well, thank you, Bob. I'm glad we were able to get you in here before your game day finished. I think you said Charlie and Alpha. Yeah, I got it right. I was listening but not listening. You know how that goes sometimes. But thanks for checking, Bob. Appreciate it. Next station we have is actually out of order for me, but that's okay. KE8YUQ Philip. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee from Quebec. I'm going to go with 1948, and I think the next one will be bubble wrap. There's a few people I know who should be wrapped in bubble wrap to protect themselves from everything. And it's nice and cool now, so hopefully you can enjoy that. So with that, back to you. Thanks, Nick. Thank you, Eric. Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Uniform, Quebec.
All right. Well, Thank you, Philip. We got 1948, which is Charlie, and we got Bubble Wrap, which is Bravo. So Charlie and Bravo for you. And the next station we have after that. Oh, wait, before then, I have to identify. This is KEAQKO and the W8WKY repeater 147, Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114, Mark 8. Going through check-ins for the BeaconNet. And currently, the bottom of the list check-in we've got, but hopefully not the last, is KE8CQD Tim. How you doing, Tim? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight? Kilo Echo 9, Charlie Quebec Delta. Tim, are you out there? Do you have comments for the BeaconNet?
Yes, so sorry. My Echolink dropped out or something, but I wasn't picking you up for a second there. But coming in all clear now. Hope everyone can hear me. Doing well here. Good day. Definitely a hot day. But went to church and got lunch with the family, wife and kids today, and came home, got groceries, took a little bit of a nap, and got ready for the BeaconNet. That was about it. For main trivia, I'm going to go with Charlie tonight, and for the alt trivia, I think I'll go with Alpha. I'm going to try Alpha. But that's it for me. I'll turn it back over to Net Control, 73s, and God bless. This is KE9CQD.
All right. Thank you, Tim. Thanks for checking in there. Yep, it was a hot one all over the place. We got transit down for Charlie and Alpha, and I appreciate you checking in. We're at the bottom of the list here, so anyone who would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo November 6, Uniform Yankee Zulu, KN6 UYZ, John in California.
November 8, Kilo Romeo Oscar, Dale and Mingo Junction, Ohio.
Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha Tango Alpha KJ5 ATA Guy from Georgetown, Texas.
All right, I've got a pretty good orderly list there. I've got KN6 UYZ, I've got N8KRO, and I've got KJ5 ATA. Is there anyone else who would like to check into the BeaconNet? Please call now.
Kilo Echo 8 Echo Hotel Golf KE8 EHG Mike and Navarre.
All right, I've got KE8 EHG. Anyone else who would like to check in, please call now. Okay, nothing heard there. Let's go through this list of check-ins. We're going to start with Kilo November 6, Uniform Yankee Zulu. John, how you doing? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Well, good evening, everybody. KN6UYZ. I'm in Rancho Cucamonga, California. And I've been playing it a little close to the vest. Had this pain in my side that ended up seeing the doctor for. And so they did an ultrasound and didn't turn out all that well. CT scan to follow, blood work, blah, 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 blah. The funny part is, once it's all done and the rest of the tests are completed, I already know what the treatment schedule is going to be. It's simple. Start exercising. Go on a diet. Lose 50 pounds. Stop with the processed food. And give up alcohol completely. Wow. Oh, and have a good day. All right. That's my story. Back to net. KN6UYZ.
W8WKY.
All right. Well, thanks, John. I heard that. I've been on that boat for the last 4 months or so myself. Hey, I didn't happen to catch your trivia answers. Do you want to come back with them, please?
That's okay. I just signed on, so I'm going to skip the trivia questions for tonight. Thank you.
All right, not a problem, sir. And I'll tell you, all the things that you mentioned, except for the booze part, I haven't done that one. Cut it back quite a bit, but I've done a lot of that, and it's made a big difference for what it's worth. I've been very happy. Down clothes sizes, shirt sizes, and pants sizes, and yeah, I feel a lot better. So if it's any consolation to getting that diagnosis or that suggested treatment, my recent experience has proven it's actually pretty worth it. Anyway, next we have N8KRO Dale. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon at tonight?
This N8KRO Dale in Mingo Junction, Ohio. Well, I just tuned in. I had to hunt this down and find the PL tone. You're coming in on the same frequency as the local repeater there in Silvercreek. And I just thought, well, let's see if I can get into the net. And well, lo and behold, found the PL tone and was able to get in. And as far as the trivia, I really wasn't paying attention. I was trying to hunt for the PL tone. And, well, I'm going to have to mark this down so that I can check in, make sure I check in next week. So with that, I'll turn it back to the net. This is N8KRO.
All right. Well, thank you, Dale. You know, I was reading the blue screen, and I totally not sure if I heard your trivia answers. Did you give them? And if not, do you want to toss them out there?
I'll pass this time. I'll catch you next week.
All right. Sounds good, sir. Thank you for checking in there. I appreciate it. Our next station we have is KJ5 ATA Guy. How you doing, Guy? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Howdy, Beacon Net. This is KJ5 ATA from Georgetown, Texas. Blazing hot here. Yeah, gotta stay cool in the pool. That's how you work this. And a gentleman from Cucamonga, Rancho Cucamonga, talking about his treatment. Yeah, I get it. I'm trying to work on it myself. I don't know if it's a game changer yet, but I mean, it might be. Anyways, as far as trivia, I don't know how to answer it because I don't know what the questions are. Once again, I don't tune in on time to hear that, and so I don't know what the answers are. And if you want to tell them again or not, that's okay. If you don't, that's okay too. Anyways, this is KJ5 ATA. I can answer those questions if I know what they are. They may not be right, but anyways, back to the network. Bye.
All right, that's not a problem, Guy. Got to keep those trivia questioners on their toes and keep them working. So this is KEAQKO and the W8WKY repeater 147 Mark 390 positive, also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're going to reread our trivia questions and then continue through our list of check-ins. We're going to start with K8VZA. Eric, would you reread the primary question, sir?
Oh, yeah. Trivia, KE8VZA here. Main trivia was, what year were the 6-meter and 2-meter bands authorized for amateur use in the U.S.? Your choices are Alpha, 1939, Bravo, 1945, Charlie, 1948, or Delta, 1950. And I'll put this in the blue screen again. KE8VZA, over to you, Nick.
All right, thank you, Eric. Let's go down and talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate trivia read. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY with Larry the Rubber Chicken on the side. Tonight's alternate question as follows. In 2008, an inventor by the name Fred Bauer passed away. In the 1960s, Fred invented the very item he wanted to be buried in. His family granted his request. What was dear old Fred buried in? Was it A, a Pringles can, B, wrapped up in bubble wrap, C, in an empty bottle of his world-famous bourbon that he had drank, or D, his secret Cornwaldo Bean family flapjack mix? KI5DAY, back to Nick.
All right, thank you, Alan. Let's go back down to KJ5ATA and get Guy's answers to the trivia. Guy, take it away.
These are the correct answers until otherwise recorrected. Answer to the first one is Delta. The answer to the secondary is Bravo. I will be standing by to hear that I'm correct. Otherwise, I will stand corrected or sit stupid. Anyways, this is KJ5ATA, back to network.
All right, well, thank you, Guy. We got your answers down for Delta and Bravo. Our next station is KE8EHG. Mike, how you doing, Mike? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Doing okay there, Nick. I'm just out in the garage here, and I thought I'd jump in and say hello and wish everybody well, a good week. Stay hydrated. I had a share of bad luck lately. Just a lot of things going on, and a deer jumped out in front of my van and decided to rearrange the front end of it. So that's why I haven't been on the barometer net for a while, because the vehicle I'm driving now does not have a radio in it. So I gotta change that, and just some other things going on. So if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all here lately. So I did stop and look at a van yesterday, thinking maybe I need to downsize and get a smaller one. And long story short, I found a new shack cat. She was tucked up in this Mustang that was sitting there. I heard her meowing and finally coaxed her out, and I think her name's going to be Sally. Mustang Sally, you know? So I think she's my new shack cat. So she's been sitting here listening to you guys. I don't know. Let's go with Bravo on the first one, and let's go with Bravo on the second one. So maybe I should wrap my van in bubble wrap. 7-3's all. Stay safe. KE8EHG. Back to net.
All right, well, thank you, Mike. Sorry about the van. Congratulations on the shack cat. And Sally sounds like a pretty good name to me. I guess it's a good way to get a cat, to stumble upon them like that. So glad she's doing well, and I hope Sally's enjoying listening to Beacon Net. All right, we're at the bottom of our list here. Anyone who would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
W8WKY.
right, nothing heard there. Let's go talk to our net control team and see how everybody's doing. We're going to start with K8VZA. Eric, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA here. Wow, propagation tonight is very interesting at my radio here anyway. Usually on the Sunday night net here, I'm fighting for an S8 or an S9 on receive, and there's some dirty static bubble out there, that's what I call it, RFI in between me and the repeater, clogging my transmissions. But tonight seems to be a lot more favorable. I'll take it. I've been bouncing between a low of S7 and pretty much hanging around S plus 30 here, and for a while I was at S plus 40. It's pretty good for this repeater relative to my QTH. Anyway, trivia, I'm going to abstain from the main one, of course, and I'm going to go with Bravo Bubble Wrap. That one just cracks me up. I have to go with Bravo. Although Delta, the flapjacks make me hungry, but I'm going to go with Bravo Bubble Wrap. I had a pretty good weekend. Actually, I was on vacation this week, did a staycation, and I had one big, long Saturday. It was fabulous, but it ends tomorrow morning. Anyway, that's the way the world turns, and we'll be back at the Big W, ready to hit the deck running in the morning. Anyway, good to hear everybody tonight, and this is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Eric. Yeah, back to work tomorrow. Good for you, sir. Nothing like that first Monday back after a nice long staycation. Well, enjoy it. Next, KD8 EPC Dustin is in and out, and that's going to take us down to KD8 SLG Just Nick. How you doing, Nick? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KD8 SLG. Good evening, Nick Knight, and all the Beacon Netizens. Oh, I got to do trivia right away. Who was I listening to? Charlie and Alpha. Charlie and Alpha. Put me down for Charlie and Alpha there, Eric. Nick, I'm doing great, man. Had kind of a chill weekend. Been walking the dog a lot. So getting some exercise, and that's kind of cool. They're finishing up a bike trail behind the farm here, and it's paved, and it's pretty much as wide and smoother than the local roads. So I'm walking out there with the dog every day. It's kind of cool. Yeah, but the gym, man, I missed the gym today, and you know what? That makes it, 3 years in a row. This is KD8 SLG. Back to net control. Thanks, Nick.
All right, well, we got you the answers down for Charlie and Alpha. Yeah, it's good to hear you there, Nick, and glad you had a good time walking the dog. And yeah, you got to stay on that missing the gym routine. That keeps the blood moving. Anyway, thanks for checking in. Good to hear you. Next we have W8HRF, Josh. How you doing, Josh? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
K8QKO, W8HRF. Good evening, Nick and everybody else. Let's see, what were we doing today? We went to church, and my soon-to-be sister-in-law got confirmed, so that was cool, and had her first communion. That was neat. And what else is going on? Hung out at the house, the in-laws' house for a while, which was nice, and then came home and just been working out in the garage, and now I'm on the computer trying to track down parts. So we kind of broke one of these tubes on the gas tank, so trying to figure out what it's called, because I don't know the right terminology. So I'm looking around, and I think I found it on Ford's site, looking up the different part numbers, or different parts for it. But apparently Ford doesn't know what to call it either, because it's literally just labeled tube. So it's not helpful, but whatever. I think I found it. And the gentleman who checked in from, I think, California near Cucamonga, right? It reminds me of the old cartoons where Mel Blanc was the voice actor, or the old radio shows where they had the train announcer saying that the train would leave it on track 9 for Anaheim, Azusa, and Cucamonga. So that was cool to remember. Let me take a break here and give my trivia answers. Meaning I'm going to search for the answers while I let the repeater system drop. For Eric's question, I'm going to go with, let's go with Delta. I'm going to go with 1950. And for Alan's, oh boy, I'm going to say a Pringles can, so Alpha. Delta and Alpha. So there you go. Good to hear you, Nick, and it was cool hearing Eric on the input of the repeater. So I haven't. That's a bit of a stretch all the way to Strongsville. So fun stuff going on with propagation tonight. So all right, 7-3 all. Have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you on Wednesday for the Josh and Lucy show. KE8QKO W8HRF.
All right, well, thank you, Josh. Got your answers down there for Delta and Alpha. Maybe I should have been on the radio a little more this week. Oh, great minds must think alike, because my answers are also Delta and Alpha. But yeah, I was out at Berlin Lake, and sometimes I can get into the repeater from there, but not usually, especially if I'm in a bunch of trees, which I was today, or this weekend. So maybe I would have been able to make it. Who knows? But I didn't try. I should have. Anyway, this is KE8QKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390. Positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're the control team before we take more check-ins for the net. And next we're going to talk to KE8YUK, Miss Lucy. How you doing, ma'am? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Sorry, everybody. I was in the middle of chopping a cantaloupe, and Josh ran upstairs and threw the handy-cocky at me. Hi! I'm still here. I don't know what the trivias are, so I'm going to go with double D's. William's finally asleep. We have been ridiculous busy. We had the fundraiser, which we survived, and actually made a decent amount from the fundraiser. I'm not completely sure we broke even, but, you know, live and learn. The talk was really good, so that's what matters. What else? That's what Betty's been saying. What else? Josh probably mentioned the Ford braking, so he's been working on that. And then we've been getting ready for Will's baptism, which was today. And we had a lot of people show up to that and come over for root beer floats, which was fun. And then my soon-to-be sister-in-law had her confirmation today. And we were going to a different party, but those kids got sick, and we decided that we did not want to get sick, and also we had to fix the Ford. Man, I've just been constantly seeing people, so I'm kind of taking advantage of having sleeping children to clean up the house a little bit. And then maybe, well, I was going to go do fun stuff, but it's going on 11, so I'll probably go to bed. 'Tis a day in the life. That's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys Wednesday, and hope it was a good net. I really was not listening, so I don't know what else to say. Have a good night, everybody. God bless. I'll pass it back to Nick at night. KE8YK to KE8QKO.
All right. Well, thank you, Lucy. Now, yeah, you brought up the other comments I wanted to make to Josh was when he talked about trying to figure out what to call that tube. I was going to suggest calling it tube, and then he said that's what was on the that was in Ford's website. So that's pretty funny. Let's see, where else do I go with that? Oh, we got your answers down there for double D, and that, and yeah, that's about it. There was something else I was going to say, but I hear people talk, and I'm going to say I'm going to comment on something, and then I just totally forget. And then I'll think about it when I'm done later, and it's not worth going back. Anyway, that's how it goes. Hey, thanks for checking in, Lucy. We appreciate it. And next, we're going to talk to you, KI5DAY Alan, to get his comments for the net. So, Alan, take it away.
W8WKY.
KI
K55DAY, and then, I think, just so I don't forget, the regular trivia, I guess I'll go with C. I think that was the one for 1948. And what else? The week or two, the last 2 weeks have been extremely hot, and I work on airplanes, so it's been pretty hot in the cargo. We are able to pump air in there, otherwise we wouldn't be able to live to tell the story. But I'm really tired of the heat. It stays hot in Oklahoma for months, though, so we still got at least another month and a half, 2 months of, hot weather before we really start to cool off. And I'm ready to cool off now, but I have to be behind the air-conditioned door to do that. So it is what it is. Not much else going on. Tired as the dickens, but I feel good, so that's a good thing. Had a great weekend. Wasn't long enough, never is. And I managed to wash both my vehicles and clean them up pretty good this weekend. That was a bit of a chore, but fun doing it. Took the neighbor's cats to the car wash, and one of them got mad and started chasing a pit bull because it was so hot outside, and he wasn't cooled off enough by the car wash, so he got angry and off he went. But anyways, it's definitely hot here. We're not having a good time with it, but we're surviving. It's an interesting race on the alt trivia. It's almost tied up between A and B. Fascinating. K55DAY back in it.
All right. Well, thank you, Alan. You got your answer, your alternate answer. Got your answer down for Charlie for the primary question. And the heat. Anyway, thanks for checking in. Glad we're not. Yeah, it'll cool off here before it cools off for you. So, sorry. Like I said earlier, my trivia answer is going to be Delta and Alpha. Yep, Delta and Alpha. And aside from that, went camping with the family this weekend. Actually, it was only like a Friday through Sunday camping trip, which is really short, but I was still super tired when I came back. I don't know why. Maybe it was the heat, because I was packing up this morning and unloading and cleaning and putting stuff away and drying stuff off, because we got a good bit of rain. So I was doing that pretty much all day today, on and off. Made it amazing. Made a really good dinner night. Made like awesome burgers with this chipotle mayo and burgers and fries for dinner. It turned out pretty good. My son said it was the best burger he's ever had. So I'll take that for whatever it's worth. Anyway, that's been my weekend, and so okay. So back to the bottom of the list here. I'll say anybody who wants to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Net control, Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee, VK2DY, Robert and Sid.
All right, I got VK2DY, Robert in Sydney, Australia, for checking in there. Is there anyone else who would like to check into the BeaconNet? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. All right, Robert, how you doing? How's life down in Australia?
Good afternoon. This is Robert, Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee in northwestern Sydney. It's currently 16 degrees Celsius, 61 Fahrenheit, and that's all we're going to get. It's been the sun has been in and out all day today. It's clouds up there, and it keeps going behind the clouds. So we aren't going to see anything warmer than that today. We are presently going through probably the coldest part of winter here. We've had a couple of days where we almost reached freezing at night. Before, just right at sunrise, the temperatures got down, I think within 0.3 degrees of freezing. So almost got there. But it's possible we'll go through this year without hitting freezing. Anyway, other than that, what else is happening? Went out to an astronomy location in the Blue Mountains, about an hour's drive from me. Very nice facility. It was a privately built facility. The guy who built it died and turned it over to a club, and the club has open nights every so often, and they had an open night the other night, other Saturday. so got a chance to do that. And I also got a chance to test out my Dwarf 2 telescope that I purchased and haven't had much opportunity to use, but it was dark skies out there, so I got a chance to actually take some pretty decent pictures. I'm more impressed with the Dwarf 2 now than I was before. So definitely an interesting device. Other than that, not much else to share. Just looking forward to spring. As far as the questions go, I think Charlie and Alpha, I think, are the answers I want. So we'll go with those. VK2DY. Back to that.
All right. Well, thank you, Robert. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Alpha. And yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't think it's possible for us to have a winter where it doesn't get below freezing. But yeah, sounds like you're having a pretty decent little season there. Glad to hear it. And thank you for checking in, sir. Let's see. This is KE8QKO with a WWKR repeater 147 Mark 390 positive, also with a BL tone of 114 Mark 8. Is there anyone else that would like to check into the BeaconNet? Please do so by saying your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. Let's get our trivia answers. Let's go up and talk to KE8VZA Eric to get the primary question answered. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA here with the main trivia question. So, what year was the 6-meter and 2-meter bands authorized for amateur use in the U.S.? Was it 1939, 45, 48, or 50? Actually, the answer is bravo, 1945. In 1945, amateurs were allotted the 6-meter band, as we know, 50 to 54 megahertz, replacing the former 5-meter band and the 2.5-meter bands. So those bands went away, and the 6-meter and 2-meter bands, the frequencies as we know and love, were allocated. And with the exception of some FM, all phone operation was with AM, and 6-meter pioneers utilized CW, AM, and experimented with narrowband FM. And they used antennas such as rhombics, corner reflectors, I got to look that one up, folded dipoles, and Yagis. So there you have it. Bravo, 1945. KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right. Well, thank you there, Eric. I vaguely remember that happening after World War II, so I guess there was a 1 in 3 chance of guessing the right one there, but I got it wrong. That happens. Thanks for a good trivia question. And next, let's go talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate trivia read. Alan, take it away.
All righty then, KI5DAY with alternate. Although Colonel Cornwaldo Bean did commission the Cornwaldo Bean family flapjack mix, it's not the answer for this question, but you can never be wrong when you answer Cornwaldo Bean. So Lucy gets it right even if it's wrong. Hi. She's the only one that answered D. An empty bottle of famous bourbon. I was asking the question. In 2008, an inventor by the name Fred passed away in the 1960s. Fred invented the very item he wanted to be buried in his family request. What was dear old Fred buried in? Well, again, it wasn't the family flapjack mix from the Cornwaldo beans. He never invented any bourbon that I'm aware of. I think if I was going to be buried in something out of the I would have to say it'd probably be bubble wrap. And I think if nothing else, we all love bubble wrap, if nothing else, for its therapeutic values, because I know that I love me some bubble wrap, hi. But that's the wrong answer to it. It is a Pringles can. Fred Bauer did invent the Pringles, and bubble wrap was also invented in the 60s. Bubble wrap, but yeah, he was a Pringles inventor. and he got buried in a can. As dumb as that is, but hey, everybody to each his own, you know what I mean? Love me some Pringles. KI5DAY, and let's back to that.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. I got one of the two right. That's a good night for me. If you get 50% here in the BeaconNet trivia, you're doing pretty well. And so thanks for the alternate trivia. I appreciate it. All right, so we got our trivia answers. Talked to everybody on the net. We'll do one more round of check-ins or rechecks, and then we'll wrap this thing up. So anyone who would like to check in or recheck to the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
This is KB8LJ, Kilo Bravo 8, Lima Juliet, in North Olmsted, Ohio, in and out.
Okay, I got KB8LJ checking in and out. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you checking in. And, yeah, that puts us down at the bottom of our list. So, on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, KE8VZA, KI5DAY, KD8SLG, W8HRF, KD8YUK, and KD8EPC, I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the BeaconNet, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the W8WKY repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the W8WKY repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sundays. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Border Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the BeaconNet. This is K8QKO returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time, 73 all.
KZFK, who's the WSL call sign? Someone said a shortwave listening, but you gotta have a call sign to be able to get in a net logger, I thought. KZFQV?
KC8FQV, KE8VZA here. Hey, Mark, I think if I remember when I set up NetLogger, you have to put your call sign in a couple places, and there's one place if you don't put it in, it's a field where you put in what you want your name displayed as in the blue screen. If you don't put your call sign in there, it shows up as SWL, I think. That's what I think. I'm like 90% sure. KE8VZA.
All right. Yeah, I just was wondering, All right. I'll let you go, Eric. I'll catch you somewhere down the line here. KCFQV.
All right, Mark, have a good evening. KE8VZA clearing with KC8FQV 73.